Hey guys, Chauncey Phillips here. The 2018 WonderCon convention. Have the badge here. Just got inside. Going to be doing my DVD, Blu-ray, toy hunting video. Pretty much just going to go and walk all around the convention, see what kind of stuff they have for sale, like DVDs, Blu-rays, toys, any exclusive kind of stuff, and some of the cosplay, all those kind of things. So let the WonderCon adventure, where I pope all around, begin. Right now, though, we're walking around the Artist Alley area. It's basically where people are in here, artists are actually here selling like their books, their prints, all that kind of stuff here. Keychains, like buttons, pins, all that kind of stuff are all in this, Artist Alley section.
And they have some really cool screen printed posters over here. They have one for like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure right here. They have one for Mars Attacks, Donnie Darko, Heathers, The Lost Boys, Galaxy Quest. Some really cool stuff. A Stranger Things one there, one for The Labyrinth, Flash Gordon. So these ones are really cool, and the artist is here, signing these ones.
But they always have a lot of really cool, interesting stuff in this section. Some of the most interesting stuff in here is in this Artist Alley one, and I really love those kind of screen printed ones. And that Bill and Ted one, though, was really pretty cool.
But this booth here has some really cool prints. They have like the Blade Runner down here, but the coolest one that I really love is this Pee-wee's Big Adventure one up here. And that one has like Pee-wee with his head exploding with like all the characters from the film. It's for Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but that one, I really love that. This booth always has some really great prints. This other one, this Fifth Element one down here as well, is very cool.
And then the process of lining it.
And this thing I've never seen them doing before at any of these Comic Cons is they're actually drawing people here. Every time I think of these, I think of like Universal Studios. I remember like as a kid and stuff getting these done, but I've never actually seen them doing these, like a whole grouping of all these people getting them done at a convention.
One thing I can say about this convention, though, is every single year it gets busier and busier. It's definitely getting to like San Diego Comic-Con level of busyness. I remember like one of the first years I came there, it was like really was not that busy at all, but it's gotten like to the point where it's like the same level of busyness as Comic-Con when it comes to like walking around through the aisles and stuff. It definitely is increased a lot now. This is the kind of convention, it's much easier to get a pass for this one. It did sell out, but it's much easier to get them than at Comic-Con, San Diego. Those ones are impossible, like really, really tough to get. I think, though, down the line in the years to come, this convention could get to that level as well.
And one thing you never see a shortage of here, or at any comic convention, is Funko Pop. They have so many of them here, you'll see them at tons and tons of booths here.
And I feel like with Funko Pop, they kind of go through stages where they're like not as popular, and like now I feel like they're like it's more popular than ever.
I always check this booth. This is like all the DVDRs and stuff of like weird TV shows and stuff like that. I don't know what this is. The Demon Headmaster. I've never seen this show. They have some really interesting, like, obscure stuff in here, like Brotherly Love. Most of these things, have never been released. There's some of them that have been. Like this, I can't believe the Popples has never actually had an actual release, at least in the U.S. That live action one on here was amazing. The one that, like, Shelley Duvall produced, I think there was going to be, like, a pilot. I don't know, as a kid, that was one of those things I watched so often. Like, I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I watched that. I don't think this has had an actual release either. Louis Anderson, Life with Louis. It's another one that I loved as a kid. But these are basically just DVD-R, like taken. Like the quality of these are not amazing or anything. So $45 is like not great for these things. But still, it's kind of cool to see them because there are some pretty obscure, different kind of shows in here.
But when it comes to those like DVD-R things, I'm always kind of weird about buying those things. Years and years back when I first went to like Comic-Con, I bought some of them, but at some of the random booths and stuff. But the quality of those are always really weird, and sometimes they put like really odd like like the company that like making the bootlegs, they put like the name of it on the bottom, almost like a TV timestamp of like ABC or something. It's on there the entire time. They did that on like Zoobly Zoo. I remember when I bought that years back. I don't know, it's just really weird, and it's also kind of weird like paying for like, you know, those DVD-R bootlegs, so I never really get them, you know, unless it's something like really that, you know, feel like it's never ever going to come out, you know, on a burn on demand or anything like that down the line.
And that guy's in here actually doing his own makeup. I've never actually seen that before. You know, like people at the makeup booth is putting it on themselves. That's kind of interesting, because normally, you know, it's somebody else doing it, but no, this guy, he does it himself. He doesn't need anyone else. And here, though, they have all these soundtracks, and they have some kind of obscure ones here, like for the movie Link. This is one that hopefully at some point this one gets a Blu-ray release. That's a really obscure movie. They have like the Addams Family here. Some of them are actually signed as well. They have the Day of the Dead soundtrack, which I always really love that one. Like they have a thing here with like the music from Lost in Space. So a whole lot of different, soundtrack sets here. Batman, AI, some, like I said, some kind of different ones. I mean, some of the random ones mixed throughout here are signed as well, like I said. And they have in here all these cool, like, little, like, cards here with, like, film cells for, like, Return of the Jedi and Star Wars here. They're like a little piece of the film print inside of them, so that's pretty cool. Those Ninja Turtles over there have, like, their heads off. I don't know, they're not committing to it. They like remove both their heads so you can see who's underneath the turtles. So it's like, you know, the surprise is all ruined. We now know who's under there. Even the Power Ranger's taking off his helmet. Yeah, we're seeing a good look at him. Yeah, so that's what the turtles look like underneath. Well, the magic is getting ruined. We're seeing who's controlling the BB-8. You can see him right there with his controller right there with the remote. And that's who controls BB-8, in case you were all wondering. And over here at the autograph area, you see like the Soup Nazi there, Larry Thomas, you know, from Seinfeld. Not a lot of people over here. Just like, this seems to be like the only area that I can tell of like the autograph area. But then there's like some other autographs kind of mixed throughout the convention in like random areas at like booths and some of the booths and things like that. But that seems to be like the major autograph area as far as I can tell, though.
In the years past, though, the autograph area was usually like 2 aisles. There was like an area back over there. It was usually like 2 aisles or so, but like I said, there doesn't seem to be as many there this year. They seem to be mainly like, you know, that one little area over there for the autographs, and then like people, like I said, mixed throughout some of the random booths and things like that, signing.
Alright, dudes. I'll let Jessica back.
Well, that's all for my video walking around WonderCon. Like I said, this is kind of just a random video of me kind of poping all around the convention, walking all around, seeing the stuff I saw, and like anything kind of interesting and stuff. Wasn't really too many DVDs here. It was just really that one, you know, bootleg booth. But other than that, didn't come across too much stuff, and there's a couple retro toys, not a whole ton this year. I saw a couple of different ones at booths. The coolest things I saw, though, was definitely that Pee-wee, print. That one was really cool. Same with the Bill and Ted one. Those ones, I really did like those ones. But like I always say, guys, if you enjoy these videos, give this video a thumbs up. Now, you know, I'm not saying, I'm trying to say stay tuned for DVD and Blu-ray reviews. I'm so used to saying that at the end of the shopping videos. But no, stay tuned for any reviews. Anyway, though, guys, thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.